nervous system was constantly unsympathetic because I was teaching loads of high intensity exercises and going to the gym to work out for myself and doing this
Wow.
and doing that. And I was suppressing trauma and I was doing this and I was doing that. And it's easy to go, oh my God, here's all these things I'm doing wrong. I need to fix them. And it's not about fixing them. It was about addressing them and then being compassionate to myself. Like that self-compassion was a huge part
Yeah.
because I was very quick to go into self-blame.
Yeah. Yeah. I think a lot of people do that. And I think it's a slippery slope of, okay, let's look at this from like a strategic, and I suppose that's also why I say I'm a nutritionist and a coach, because I think the amount of people that I've seen that have come to me working with other people or just figuring it out on their own, and they've actually created a really stressed, disordered approach to their whole body and health because they, but I think that sometimes does come from, or can come from, and everybody's different, really not thoroughly understanding the kind of driving factors, or they maybe do understand the driving factors, like obviously was the case with you, there's this, these are contributing, but not meeting that with the compassion, the acceptance, the, okay, well, this is just where I am. And that sort of sense of surrender. So I think that's where, whether you want to call it coaching, mindset work, these kind of energetic practices are also really, really important. And that's kind of why I went and also trained as a yoga teacher, of just like, we do need tools to integrate some of these things, thoughts, and beliefs that come up, because there does need to be such, if you just, you can't heal a body from a place of self-criticism. I say this to clients all the time, like if you're wanting to create transformation and change and all these things that we kind of, people often want, they desire, and they're clear that they desire it, if we think about other analogies of this, and I give the potty training, like the toilet training, one all the time, like with kids, no human, like all humans know that if you want a child to stop wearing nappies, you get a potty and you encourage the heck out of them. You throw confetti, you praise them for getting like one, like, drop of wee in a potty. You would never be, even to think about it is despicable in the brain. Go like, can't believe you're not in a, can't wee in a potty, like you would never do that. Like even thinking about it makes you feel a bit like repulsed and horrified. Yet, that is how a lot of us approach this transformation, this healing, this evolution, this becoming of our own bodies. We approach it with a, well, you shouldn't be in this state, and I can't believe, and you've got so much inflammation, you have to fix it all, and you're never going to fix it all, and blah, 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 blah. And that I personally have come to the conclusion, you can be doing all the right strategic scientific things. You can have all the lab data, you can do all the nutrigenomic testings that I run, stool tests, but if fundamentally that is the energy behind your action, you will make very limited progress, because the way that you heal, the way you create change to your habits, to your environment, is essentially through celebration, through changing how the brain thinks, through essentially like love. But that can feel like a big step, to go towards self-love can sometimes be too much of a gap. So I just often with clients go towards like, let's just be really respectful to our body. Let's just appreciate it. Let's try and even create some neutrality and make sure our actions aren't coming from high anxiety, tension. Oh, if I eat an unorganic apple, I'm going to fill myself with toxins. Like, all of that really stressed approach. It's like really, you can't also get well by getting really stressed out about getting well, which is very common. I don't know if you find it with your clients, but the amount of people that come to me that are like, I know I've got SIBO, or I know I've got this thing, or I know I've got hypothyroidism and it's Hashimoto's and I have IBS and I also have this and I also have this. And they are so understandably stressed out about it. But you need to be able to take action, and strategic action still, but from a place of, you know what? I'm just going to really respect and appreciate my body. What actions, what does that manifest as in this week in my actions? What should I focus on? What should I prioritize? And that often also means that all or nothing approaches naturally fade away, because they often come from a very either kind of driven or overly like hyper aroused nervous system. And actually these small consistent, that's why I generally prefer to work with my main kind of program I work with people on is over 6 months. So we work consistently together over 6 months to take the pressure off, people healing themselves in a week. And we just work through things at a pace that works for them and can have that full sort of that fuller approach to it. But I think it's a really important point. And just the idea of, I don't love the idea of like the fixing language either, because it implies you're broken. And I think you can have a lot of symptoms that are really painful and difficult, but it doesn't mean you as a person are broken. Your symptoms are simply expressions of biology, balances, sometimes genetics, sometimes toxins, these different, but we often create a lot of identity. We link up our identity a lot with our bodies and our symptoms and our air quotes progress. And that's something you've got to know you're inherently worthy, whether you're sick or whether you're well, whether you're in pain, whether you're not in pain, whether you're which is also a big part of the kind of undercurrent of some of the work that I do. But that's not often what brings people in.